All right, so we're exactly a week out from the Gifu half marathon. I'm leaving for Phoenix this afternoon to fly out to Japan tomorrow morning, and this is the last session here in Flagstaff. Gonna do 2x5K with 4 minutes rest in between, kind of at half marathon effort. First one, 450 a mile, 3 minutes a K. Second one, just slightly faster, like 257 per K, 445 per mile kind of thing. So goal is to just kind of get a little bit of threshold work in at an aggressive pace, but not overdo it with the race being so close. But it's been a big week of training, so I'm excited to get over to Japan, rest up, and compete. It's like my brain is telling my body to panic. It's like I'm luckily I'm not giving in. I'm still able to hit the workouts, but I'm noticing like the pattern of thoughts is very much like pull the parachute, call it quits in these sessions, and I'm like, luckily I've got too much pride to let my thoughts win. I'll be curious to see how this first race back feels in that respect. Yeah. Like, am I going to be feeling sorry for myself 10K into this half? Dude,
how was that?
I've been so happy with this weather. It was good. We went 14:59 for the first one, and then 14:53 for the second. Not quite as fast on the second as I would have loved, but the purpose was to go a little quicker, and was able to do that. So it was a good one. Feeling ready.
Okay, tell us what you're bringing to Japan.
All right, so first things first, number one rule of traveling for a race is to pack your race day essentials, the things that you could not race without, in your carry-on. So racing shoes, race day shorts, race day sunglasses, and race day jersey, as well as, you know, a couple of the essentials like the book for the plane, your watch. Gotta bring my yen. I went and got some yen, so I'm bringing some yen. And yeah, that's basically the only thing I absolutely need in my bag. Obviously, I'll have chargers, things that I'll want to access on the flight. You know how it goes. But the other thing I wanted to really point out here about what I pack on a trip like this, there's going to be obviously a lot of time spent in the air, and I'm going to be pretty tight when I get there. I'm going all the way to Japan, if you didn't know. So I need recovery tools. Upon landing, my objective is to get my body back on track, because traveling throws your entire body out of whack. So I'm going to bring my So Right. By the way, just so everyone knows, none of this stuff is paying me. This is just what I've bought and used. So I believe in this stuff. So Right. So this is for psoas release. When you sit on a plane for 11, 12 hours straight, you get tight in your hips. So this is going to be unlocking the hips. Got a softball. You can get these anywhere. That's for the glutes. And then I got my cork roller for my feet. And I've got my magic tool. I don't even know, Ryan gave me this. I don't know where you get one of these, but it's basically like you can use it in any which way to, you know, massage yourself. Got to bring bands just in case you got to do some activation. And yeah, that's it for the basic like travel recovery stuff. Oh wait, nope, one more. This is a new trick right here. My Castle Flex. I did purchase this. It's a hefty price, but it's been really nice for me with my, I kind of get some sciatic nerve pain periodically. It's basically a stretch rope, but it's like stretch rope on steroids. So I'm not gonna unwrap it right now because it's nice and neatly wrapped, but I'll show some of this in the video. So you'll see me using this when we get in. Okay, so that's the recovery stuff. Obviously, I need all of my clothes for a week of running and living, and yeah, so there's tons of split shorts, tons of casual clothes. Another hack for travel, this is what I'll be wearing on the plane, compression socks. If you're gonna travel that far, obviously you're gonna swell because you're gonna be sitting still with a pressurized cabin for 12 hours. So I always pack the compression socks for any flight basically longer than 2 hours. Even cross-country trips, I try to wear these for everything. Right, almost got some of the toiletries that I bring. You know, this is kind of weird, but like the basic essentials for international travel especially. melatonin. When I get into Japan, it's going to be like, time is going to be a construct at that point. Like, I'm not going to know, my body's not going to know what time it is. It's going to be 16 hours ahead of schedule from where I'm at here in Arizona. So I get in, like, I think dinner time. I'm going to eat dinner, probably relax for an hour or two, and then I'm going to pop a melatonin here and hopefully get a good full night's rest. And then the next day is the most important day for getting my body on schedule, but starts with a good night's rest. So always pack melatonin on an international trip. Vitamin C, because we're exposed to a lot of germs in travel, obviously. Never go anywhere without some anti-chafe, especially because it's going to be hot and humid in Japan. I just feel like I need like preventative measures here. What else do I have? Oh, there it is. Toe spacers. So in the last video, I discussed how I've been really into like foot health lately. I'm gonna bring these bad boys. Easy to travel because they're tiny, so they just go in the toiletry bag. And then pre-race, I generally don't just do coffee, but I'll do caffeine in pill form. So this is 100 milligrams of caffeine, just kind of heighten the intensity and stuff. So that's a race specific need there. So yeah, that's pretty much the, oh, I should show you my reading material. I didn't highlight this, but since I'm going to Japan, I found out I was going to Japan about a month or two ago, and I bought this book, Way of the Runner. Kind of discusses Japanese running culture and their success, and I'm about halfway through, and the goal will be to finish this book on this trip. So should be a fun read. Might as well mention what shoes I'm bringing and why. My Fast R2s, these are the pair I wore in Seville, so they've only got 26 miles on them. They'll be good for one more half marathon, and then they'll become a workout shoe. But these are the 208 shoes, so hopefully they've got some magic for me for a little over an hour in Japan. Another thing I do, and this is the perks of being a pro, you can obviously do this yourself, but you got to spend the money. I almost always bring a brand new pair of trainers on big travel trips because I want clean shoes to enter my bag on the way out. Once you're on the way back, you can't do much about clean shoes, but I figure this is just one less headache. So I almost always wait to bring out a new trainer for a travel trip. Obviously, that's a luxury. And I'm actually gonna bust out some brand new casual shoes. I just gotta have the drip in Japan, so these are some Slipstreams. This is my favorite like casual shoe that Puma's given me. I got 3 pairs of these in just slightly different colorways, so really big fan of those. One thing I hate about packing is I always feel like I'm gonna forget something. Most of the time it's because I tend to forget stuff, like nutrition. Didn't mention this. Gonna bring some electrolytes. Gonna bring some carb drink for pre-race and post run, whatever I need it for. And then I'm gonna bring a couple gels. So you never know what you'll need. So I'll bring a little bit of that. And are you saying hi? Officially in Gifu, Japan. Long travel day yesterday. Didn't really get any footage because I was just like go, dialed in, focused on everything, just piecing it together, reading signs I couldn't read and trying to make sure I didn't miss any connections and get my bags here. So, but everything was a success. Flights were all on time. Got here late last night and went straight to bed. It's like 6 a.m. now, and I'm hopefully on schedule from here on out. So it was tough staying awake the last couple hours of yesterday because my body had felt like it had been up for 2 days because of the time change. But I think I'm, gonna be active today to keep myself up. Don't let myself take a nap or anything. The number one rule that first day is to not fall asleep in the middle of the day and throw off your body clock, so you won't catch me laying down or anything. But yeah, here's the view from my hotel room. Little track right there. It's a real cloudy, rainy day today, so I'm gonna head out for a run shortly, but I'm gonna go eat some breakfast first because I did not eat much yesterday. All right, I'm gonna walk you guys through a little bit of my post-travel rehab, just getting my body back on track before I feel ready to run and before I feel ready to really do anything, because traveling that far is super tough on the body. So I'm gonna do a little bit of my psoas release first and foremost. This one doesn't look that cool because all I do is lay on this thing, but you get it positioned in between like your belly button and your pelvis. Lay on it. Raise one arm above your head to kind of focus on that side. Hold that for a bit. Breathe through it. Kind of shift your weight into it. Switch sides. I'll do more of that, but I just want to show you guys each thing as I do it. This castle flex, again, this is pretty new to me, but I really like it because it's like a stretch rope, but I can get a lot of leverage and torque on it, and feels really good on my like sciatic nerve. Go through some pumps. Oh. Go through the glutes and hips with a softball. Just find trigger points, find hard spots that need to be released, and just kind of roll through them and sit on them, breathe through it. So yeah, that's kind of the routine here. All right, so got my first run here in Japan done. I did just over 8K shaking out. Just kind of meandered around the river and found a route that was nice. It was misting rain, so I couldn't take a camera with me. Hopefully tomorrow it's better conditions. But I'm gonna do my pre-race kind of workout this afternoon. I just wanted to shake it out this morning before that. But ran over to the market here and got me some snacks, some cup of noodles, all sorts of good stuff, some protein. You know the rules, gotta fuel up right after. Now I'm watching some NBA in the room. It's kind of cool. It's like 10 a.m. here, and I'm watching a live basketball game. It's Tuesday night in the U.S., Canada, so it's crazy. So just trying to get my body back on clock and enjoy this downtime, relax, and then hit this workout later today. Hopefully get the legs operating at a high level, enjoy the food. I've been grubbing up like crazy, so here we go. Gonna head out for the workout for today. I debated whether or not I should wear racing shoes, but considering I gotta warm up and I don't know where I would put my flats while I warm up, I don't know where I would put my trainers while I worked out, I just decided I'll throw on my velocities and just do the whole session in these. So might feel a little less fast, but let me tell you, I'm gonna do 5 by 3 minute hard, 2 minutes easy at threshold to aggressive threshold, maybe down to 10K effort if the legs operate well. And then I'm going to hit 4 by 200, just opening up the stride off like 90 seconds rest with 20-minute warm up, 20-minute cool down. All in all should be, I don't know, 15K of work. So this will be run number 2 on day 1 in Japan. It's Wednesday, race is Sunday. So this is actually the only workout I'll do here. I'll do like some glorified strides on Friday to kind of shake it out one more time before the race, but this is pretty much it as far as real work goes for the race. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Been eating really good. Been just hanging out, relaxing, watching some NBA basketball. Today's kind of the chillest day of the trip. Tomorrow I have some obligations. Gonna go visit some school kids at a local elementary and a high school track team, so that should be super fun. We'll see if I can take you guys on that trip. Just got back from the workout. It was pouring, well, drizzling rain the whole time. I got soaking wet, bottom line. Pretty smooth though, considering I was pretty happy with how my legs felt. I, for the 3-minute segments, was between 255 to 305. Started at 305, finished around 255. And then for the 200s, I went 31, 30, 28, 29. Pretty good for in trainers and first day in Japan, and obviously still adapting the body and getting it used to being here. Excited to go eat some good dinner, but first I'm gonna hit this sauna. Those little huts, those are saunas. I'm gonna go hit those, get a little heat adaptation. It's supposed to be pretty warm. And that track, I found out, is where we're going to finish. So pretty sweet. Got to check out some of the course. It's gonna be like no big hills, but definitely not flat out there. So it's like bumps. I saw Melindy Elmore last year, ran this race, ran a personal best here, but in her course description on Strava, she said it was lumpy. And I would say that that is probably the best way to describe it, because it certainly wasn't hilly, but it certainly isn't flat either. So should be fun. I'm just here to race. I'm not here to run a personal best. I'm in good shape. I feel good about where I'm at. I feel healthy. I feel ready to compete, but certainly not a personal best course, and conditions look like they're going to be pretty warm and humid. So going to keep expectations on competing my best and not necessarily worried about the time. All right, we're day 2 here in Gifu. I'm going to go run parts of the course from the hotel. I found the course map and ran twice yesterday and kind of got the lay of the land a little bit. So I'm just gonna try to run a little bit more of the course. This is something I did before Seville. Obviously you can't do this every time, but when you're arriving to a city well in advance of the race, like I did for this because of the travel, I find it to be a nice perk. Kind of helps you understand where you're at out there on the race course and prepare kind of for the tactics that may be at play. But yeah, it's actually a beautiful day. Yesterday it was raining, so I couldn't take the camera out on any runs, but we got sunshine and a cool breeze, so I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride. Along the river, the whole race runs along this river here. We start on the side I'm on right now, run along that side, cross over a big bridge up ahead, bring it back into town. It's surprisingly rolling hills, though, for being along a river. I'll show you what I mean. Race runs along this road right here. This will be in the last 5K of the race. No shoulder, so not gonna be able to run this section down to the next bridge like I'd hoped. So gonna turn back and run some of the other sections. Entering one of the slight inclines on the other side of the river from my hotel. Just a lot of really gradual stuff along this course, which is fun. Makes for exciting tactics. Hoping that this race is one where I can be up front mixing it up. No idea what the field actually looks like. I know Brett Robinson from Australia will be here. He's a guy that run 2:07:30 for the full, sub 60 for the half. Actually both in Japan, so he's got some experience with Japanese races. He'll be a guy hopefully I can key off of and compete with. That sign basically says that this is on the race course. This right here, that bridge is part of the course. We'll run this pretty early on. It's not super steep, but it's obviously a bump along the road. All right, that's as much as I've seen of the course for the day. Now I'm on a little paved loop around the track that we finish on right outside my hotel. Just adding on some volume because I couldn't run that section of the course back there. I have not run very far yet, so I'm gonna add on a bit. All right, it is Friday, 2 days before the race here in Japan, and I'm going to go do a little bit of a pre-comp, but I first wanted to touch base. I didn't have time to debrief after my little outing yesterday with the school kids. I also had a chance to run with the local high school for my second run yesterday. Pretty cool opportunity that Athletics Canada set us up with here. The reason why I'm here in Gifu, I didn't explain either. It's not just because there's a half marathon here. It's because Athletics Canada did its holding camp for the Tokyo Games here in Gifu and kind of created a connection with the city of Gifu. And so we're actually here on behalf of Athletics Canada, me and Erin, fellow Canadian female athlete representing. And next summer, the Tokyo will host the World Championships. So Athletics Canada is kind of maintaining their relationship with the city of Gifu because they will do a holding camp here prior to those championships as well. So show them your... Say hello. I guess that was kind of just set up so that we could kind of continue that relationship, kind of give back to them as their gracious hosts to us. I wasn't on that Olympic team, obviously, but I know many people that were, and they spent their pre-Olympic camp here. And there's a chance I will spend next summer here in advance to the Tokyo World Championships if I do those. But yeah, I mean, that was really, really cool. I was very impressed with the graciousness of the kids and the teachers and everything at the school and how excited they were to meet us. I mean, I think of back in the US or Canada, if you were to kind of flip the roles, like how excited would school kids be for us to show up to their school? It would be, you know, not that much excitement, but there was genuine like excitement for us visiting there, and I think that's just really, really cool. So it's been awesome. It's been a really cool experience before the race, and now it's kind of like time to focus on that race, which I'm excited for. It's a pretty international field. I don't have the full start list yet. I asked for that this morning, so hopefully I can get that here shortly and kind of get ready to visualize what that might look like competitively. It's going to be warm, like I mentioned in my pre-race run-through of the course, but yeah, that's going to be a great opportunity to compete against a very international field and kind of get myself out of my comfort zone and kick off this race season. Very excited for it, but yeah. No. Not yet. Not yet. It is Saturday, about 24 hours before the race. I am doing my pre-comp over by the finish area. This is the practice track right next to the finish line. You can see them setting up for tomorrow. I'm gonna do 30 minutes easy, some drills and strides, put on the race day kicks. Yeah, I've been feeling pretty good. Got a decently busy schedule though today with the tech meeting. I'm also invited to some press conference and welcoming ceremony of sorts, so that should be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little pre-meet here, check the legs, make sure everything's firing, and get ready for a good one.
practice, they don't feel like working. Overthinking, I don't mean to let the pain and hurting. I was main stage with Tiny at a festival. Reality's a just less than 24 hours pass and I'm back to working. The wage isn't minimum, but when you know your worth is more, you make your own curriculum. Studying the industry, I know you see me killing them. Nice, it felt so real, I had some moments I was living them. Celebrity, civilian, walk amongst the greats that you ignore. The ones relentlessly pursuing every key to every door. It's evergreen and evermore if you're content with living normally. I'm handing in my notice to the world on record formally. I know this life is right for me. I know the future's bright for me. I know my teachers lied to me. I do it for the ones that came before and nearly died for me. Recognition, I'm on a mission. I'm paying dues, I'm in position. I'm staying up, it's getting late. You're doing good, I'm doing great. Recognition, I'm on a mission. I'm paying dues, I'm in position. I'm staying up, it's getting late. You're doing good, I'm doing great.
Hey guys, so just raced, finished probably hour and 15 minutes ago. It was tough, like one of the toughest races I've ever run, probably the toughest half marathon I've ever run, toughest non-marathon I've ever run. Course was harder than I expected. The hills felt a lot tougher out there today than when I was just running them easy in pre-race stuff. It was also warm. It was 24 degrees Celsius, 72-ish Fahrenheit at the start, and it just got hotter, and it was a sufferfest. I went out and found myself in the lead at like 1,500 meters in, but then big moves were made in front of me. I felt like I did a great job through 6 or 7K, just kind of like running my own pace, my own rhythm, and staying in contact with where I wanted to be. Race was unfolding exactly how I would have liked, where I could still see the leaders, and I was still running my own race. And then I got a nasty side stitch between 7 and 8K that cost me connection with my group. And then the rest of the race, I literally just suffered and rallied and suffered and rallied and felt sorry for myself multiple times. And when I finished, I was like, man, that was brutal. But then I cooled down with Aussie runner Brett Robinson here, and somebody who I admire and respect in the sport. He ran about 30 seconds faster than I did today. I ran 64.16 for 14th place. He was 11th and 63.46. So across the board, it looks like even in the men's and women's race, most people ran roughly marathon pace today. And so if I look at it that way, objectively, just seeing what other people did and giving myself the fair assessment, is I ran basically my marathon pace, probably with a really, really rough K in there that cost me some time. And when I was dealing with the stitch, I can look at that and be like, okay, great practice against an international field with top level competition. Good opportunity to practice running through heat, humidity, hills, which is what I'm going to be training for the Paris Games. I enjoyed the culture of this trip. I enjoyed the competition, the experience, and this is valuable for me and in respect to like my growth as an athlete. Like eventually I want to be able to compete to win these types of races, and sometimes you got to get your ass kicked on this stage to tell you what you need to do. Go back to the drawing board, figure some stuff out, take your lumps, eat shit, whatever you got to do, and just figure out what's next. I feel like I did a good job of making the most of this opportunity, and I'm glad that I was here to kind of get this experience leading into Paris, because it's motivating to know that there's a lot of work to be done, and I'm in a good place to build from this, and excited for more races to kind of get my upward trajectory heading in the right direction into the build for Paris. But yeah, humbling experience. I'm super grateful for the city of Gifu and the race organizers and my competitors for sharing the course with me today. It was brutal. It was tough. It was, a beautiful suffer fest out there. So good opportunity to take this, reflect, and grow.